Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates.
Yanyirira
gwensanzeewo
kadulubali gomesi ejjudde biraka nga gwosaba bwemangulire gomesi 3 abaganda bagamba bweyogezanga olwano bako bwampe omwenge bwaleeta ekita ky'omwenge nzireyo ogwakugula yali nkali sente ze bakuwanga ojja tewamala kubala ojejemberani fe twabatunulira nga muli ya sente fe batuwayo 10 walabanze bampa fe twali tubamanyi
bemukola mu bamanyi yembeera yeeyo
political science tukita systems analysis yes nti omukazi azze mu maka misunderstand omusajja wa wano bwe mukyawagana guba atya
ligwerawa
mugenda mutya you have people to consult NRM
isasula etya
kubanga ye NRM ya lutalo is a revolutionary party every is war.
Okay.
NRM, the revolutionary political parties don't engage in politics every day. No. Once there is an election, the muscle resources, after an election, the mobilization. Will you be here today? You benefited because they deceived themselves. Bulingi bayimbi to fight Fero bayimbi. Uwero KUSASIRA and you people have the same wound.
Mabega kawa president yavayo n'abanga agenze Tanzania ne banga batuula ne mukulu munne okubanga pipeline project etandika onako olwaleero project ye yagenda kubanga etongoze bere genda kubanga eggulwawo kuba nti netandika kubanga enyinyiitira wamu n'okubanga twalabyeko mu kinyezi zabaddewo omukulu yavudde n'abanga yakoze enkyukakyuka IGP yatuwadde deputy IGP omupya twalabyeko Abel Kandiho nga alina gy'alaze ne bamuli placinze okuva mu CMI twalabyeko kano Edith Nakalema naye nga avuddewo bataddewo omulala Binyo Grace akulu naye bataddewo omulala bingi bigenda okubatunulira wamu n'okuba NRM ya celebrating emyaka 36 ngeri mu bukulembeze naye nga bangi bakaaba twalabyeko wano omukyala Catherine KUSASIRA advisor president Mulamba nga ayogera bingi era nga akulimira NRM agamba nti yamusuula mulemeseza okuba nti abako ne byakola eno enkola eyo NRM simanyi lwaki bulomu bwato waka ne mukunavu ne wano kaseera abeera aga NRM wamu n'okubanga NUP yagenda tegenda kubanga pesa n'omutemu kubanga abadde ebadde bitingana omukulu Abedi Wanika Honorable Mulamba yavudde n'agamba nti abaana bali makomera bangi bakyadaga abazadde bakaba amaziga kati kiyinza okuba ntikikolebwa kwe kuba nti nno abazadde ba NUP etule wansi ne government etulamula kuno baberenga basobola kuba nti naye twabalekerayo topic luli eri nga tugenda nakola okubintu bagamba tugenda batudda tutunulire ani best chance okuba nti nno ani ayinza okuba nti asikira President Museveni netuba nga tufuna emirembe mu ggwanga Uganda peaceful transition between Bobi Wine Kyagulanyi Robert wamu n'omukulu Muhoozi Kainerugaba atugamba tutunulira naye kasooke n'okuba nti nno tandika ne pipeline project omukunavu.
Yes.
Katandike n'ensonga ya mafuta.
Anti kakati mu problem gye muyina. Nti ekintu mukitundu nabagamba. Nti omwana bw'omubala nti amala emyezi 9 oba 10 mu lubuto lwa nnyina. You must add on the courtship. Was she raped? Or whether there was courtship.
Kyongera tulina okibala.
Bamala bbanga ki. Kati abantu bonna ba commentators aba Uganda when they talk about nti oil batunuulira kino. They don't look what the courtship. That's why they make mistakes.
Yes.
Oil was discovered by the British. That's why abaganda balwanira amasaza g'ebunyolo galema okuddayo. Why? Baba lowoozesa nti mu masaza omwo mwe muli ki?
Mwe muli oil.
Mwe muli oil.
Okay.
Which means the Bazungu knew this oil. Amin tried, but the Arabs gave him. Omanyi bino byonna bitukola biri determined in Europe.
Ebisazo bitutambulirako.
Yes.
Okay.
Biri determined in Europe. Nti when should we allow this technology to percolate? What if this government touches money, oil money? Will it benefit the peasants oba just kujikuzejalabizamu? Muyinza n'okusima amafuta ne bagabrandinga blood oil ne mutagatunga. And you have come at a time when developed countries are doing away with the oil. they are going to solar energy.
Solar energy. Okay.
Green energy. The largest buyer of Saudi oil is China, not USA.
China is okuba nti gula ga Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Okay.
Not USA.
Not USA.
Because balowooza mu mmotoka za solar.
Bakyuka kati bava ku oil bagenda ku ki?
The future source of energy is going to be the sun.
The sun.
Because it's constant. Buli omu agiregako. Given your technology. 2. Look what the process of this oil. The president was praising a Munyoro man called Sajja bamuyitaani. Nagendako newe n'enkyalayo nga bamugobye mu energy. Bamuyitaani. I remember the name, I cannot forget the man. Omusajja oyo Museveni yamuwaananga nnyo. This is the group of Ugandans who discovered this oil. Kakati, he's a Munyoro man, was a former permanent secretary. I even visited his home, hosted me at his home.
At his home.
And was spitting fire, having been used wamugyawo.
Ne lwaki buli omu akolera gavumenti n'agenda amaliriza akaaba.
The man, every time Museveni mentioned the oil, was mentioned this man's name.
Okay. Ekyo kimukubya.
Bayinza okumpeereza essimu. The former permanent secretary of energy. Ne gwe baleetamu obulenzi obwo bumwenda bane bumugjamu. Bamugja mu Victoria University. Ne bumuleeta, ne bumukozesa, ne bukanyuga ebweru. Naye ala abukubye ebbalaani. Budduka buddusi. Bali bubetentera wano emitwe egyo egizonga ku bantu. Kakati ne tujja mu oyiro ng'atambula. Ne baga pipeline eraga Nairobi, tejagenda Nairobi. Egenze Dar es Salaam. Ne tufuna, because there are many factors which many people don't understand about oil. Fortunately for me, I invest. Tirina mutabani wange yasoma oil.
Okay.
Amumanyi. When they talked about oil, I invested in one of my sons.
Agenda asome amafuta ago.
Agati, many people don't know, and I wrote this book, The Oil Curse. Almost 15 years ago. Okay. If not 20. The oil curse.
Oil curse.
Oil is a curse.
Chikolimo.
If not properly handled.
Insona zone zirimu mafuta zonto benga zitabanguse zirimu entalo abantu mafuta bagenda nayo tebakaba obwavu.
In fact,
obuyitiridde.
You found a smart man, Museveni.
How smart is he?
Bwe bazuula oil baamugamba te oil ali mu Uganda mutono nnyo. Oil ali Congo. Why don't you talk to Congo? We can arrange a meeting with the Kabila led by South Africa. Museveni told them, if on my side there is no oil, stop it. I'm not involved myself in negotiations. Yali amanyi. Tebamulimba baagala kulya ssente.
Twogeraganya kuki?
Kuki.
Banga mungambye wange teri.
Ne bagenda. Ne bagamba Museveni, wategedde oyirowo yenna ali contaminated with the poisonous gas. The moment you start exploiting it, people will die. Museveni picked a bottle n'agenda e Mosiko ne bamukebera ne bamugamba nti owuwo mulungi nnyo kubanga wa vegetation si wa fossils za animals. Baagala kumukola ki?
Baagala kumubba.
We had skirmishes along with the border with the Congo, engineered by who? Museveni trained special forces to protect that area. At one time, appointed Janala DC in the charge of Albert area. Bagala college. Bagala. Oli buno obufere bugobye omusajja oyo. Sajja, they have forgotten the name, but who is the former permanent secretary, Minister of Energy.
Of Energy.
People started nga bwe bagamba twasooka nani kampuni zitunda bwe zigenda. Why? Museveni insisted on the refinery. I remember the president was addressing a summit. A summit is a meeting for heads of state, and announced in Arusha, Uganda has discovered the East African oil. Kenya exports oil before us. What party?
President aina wali
obusuma n'obujo babba nevu mu kyoto buli kakati ababbi bonna bagenda gende. When you go to Bunyoro baga nti bataddewo training abanyolo bali mu ya oil. Enzizi we bazisanga ojjukira nti abagungu n'abaliisa bakubagana nti nyefunza n'agenda n'abakuba emiggo n'abajjayo. Wherever oil was discovered
wabeerawo obuzibu
waliwo uprising. Bo tebasasula banyaka bunyazi bo bokka be balina okubeera ne ssente mu nsi. That's my quarrel with them.
Okay.
Nti n'akatono n'akange 5 billion eziise mu office nazo baziggyemu. Embwa bagikanyuka Kasasiro ku Jirikiti. Cannot go to Jirikiti. Jirikiti is for dead dogs, not for people, intelligent people, brilliant people like me. I refuse. So when I saw this confusion, Museveni was invited to Nigeria, northern Nigeria, to talk about the importance of refineries.
Of refineries.
Because these Europeans are totally opposed to refineries.
Yes.
Because if you export crude oil, you lose the products.
Definitely.
Fortunately, the CA people put in our constitution that selling unprocessed items in Uganda is unconstitutional. That would make the basis of industrialization. You process.
Raw material. You have to sell a finished good.
Naye babibba bagana kubanga for example maize bean kana akakuta ateke kasinga obugimu kyakyo bamuwa embizi
bamuwa nkoko bamuwa biki
ate bagala bitwala ki ate bali bafunemu. That's why Museveni coined a saying whenever he went the Africa donate yabageranga ekikopo kya chai Nescafe and coffee abamu. Museveni told the Chinese to drink coffee. Baiti banywa kikawa. Abachina banywa. Abachina balina biddo byabwe bwogenda onywa bwereere. Emuli wote.
Onywa bwereere.
Gundi. President netugenda e India. Tata n'agaana omusika yagamba bwenkebera mu motoka zange sizaba Uganda
zeegula.
The same was raised by Toyota when we went to Japan. Toyota said no. Uganda does not buy my vehicles. What am I going to discuss?
Nga tuvuga Toyota wano e Uganda.
Anti kakati mmwe mbagamba ti agula akasawo ka sukali aka kilo 5 ng'akagula mu supermarket madivani n'emmetta tebamumanyi. Bo mu bitabo byabwe
bamanyi supermarket eno.
Kakati most of the vehicles we get here nkadde
kituufu
teziva
Japan direct
batumanyi. Toyota yagamba nze mubagule emmotoka zange Uganda teriimu. But Tata said, I hear this man called Museveni is very intelligent. Let me send my 2 sons.
Bogeraganye naye.
Museveni n'agamba nti ngenda bazimbira monument mu Uganda the moment you export my coffee and turn it into a more product. Coffee alimu emwanyi, coffee alimu kaawa, coffee alimu amasasi. Why do Americans buy this coffee? Oriens mwe batereke emwanyi zaabwe.
Okay.
Mulimu oyinza okugenda mu winter nga badidde coffee beans bazitadde mu kasawo n'okatambula nako. Tezigwa mu gundi ebugumu. Abaganda twali tuzimanyi lwali bido. Buli Muganda yalina akaddiyeemu ngabeera n'ekibinika kya caayi enkoto.
Jajja wange akabika kabeera kaawo buli kaseera.
Batule bagikyagina. Akatta mukago mwanyi. Yoddira emwanyi emu emuddira omusaayi gwammwe. So coffee beans the British found here growing coffee.
Okay.
Era ne Museveni yagamba nti bwakebera nads coffee plantation has picked up. Why? Do you need it to tell Uganda bali babiri amala keberata
bamala keberata bakwe certificate
era banoonya monopoly
bakwe
can you
certificate
teach
bakole biki
Uganda to grow coffee
kyabadde alima ebbanga lyonna
era bakiyingiremu babbe
kugenda kusomesa mulalo kukamante mzee Tamale
obusuma
kusomesa mulalo kukamante
yikoze downfall wano Museveni yabawa ssente kugundi wano ku paaka yaali ne batutwala mu Simanyi support center bamala basomesa ne mbagayi was stupid. If a cattle keeper like me loses his cows because of gund and
drought,
do you know how teach me if abalunzi b'ente tukiyita kusumbuusa tibaganda bange ab'engoma bampa recently abanyankole bampa ente 5 kakati ente zange bwe ziba ziweddewo munnange nampa. Can you teach me how to milk? How can you teach a man who has been trading in Pakayard to train him
okola business?
Abasajja mubye muli babbiyo nebimala ozitwala mu support center nebizikubulamu treasury bills sente Museveni z'abawadde not immediately bamala kutamba bamala zikanulamu abantu bagamba nti Museveni ali.
That's why buli president gyaleeta nadzi simanya baani gaba sente kola biki
bate bayinza ate babe
sente zijira dali osobola kutambula kukola president nampamvu
babe bennyini baba ayagala agwe bakuba Museveni namuhoozi wali wayagala ng'obujjawa embweseka
embwateseka. This
man who wants to rule this country it is comparable to training a dog to laugh. Embwateseka tekirimirirawo ku nsi mu kabuli nemu talifuga ku ggwanga lye atujoze bujozi awo wakomye ku bujozi kakati nkubulira ne gamba this is the trend nti gundi waliwo companies bazitunda shares we are getting a gundi shares ne badduka. To get investment is not easy kuba Museveni's stand egamba refinery part of the kubanga what is Nigerian sea ya musanvu. A quarter of Nigerian oil is stolen by the military to Brazil. Waliwo pipeline mu gundi mu nyanja ate teri president wa Nigeria akwata ku pipe eyo bamutirawo. Nigerians are poor. Having oil does not mean that
bagenda kugaggawana.
Nigerian sea ya musanvu amafuta aba Nigeria bagagula Cameroon. So I sat down and wrote this.
Mzee Tamale, before you go to the book, President Kagame emphasizing nnyo refineries.
Yes.
Wana tukoze tutya.
Wani wafu. Ejja kubeerawo.
When?
But it does not mean
pipeline kagana fuluma katambule.
Ejja kubaga Bennington. Why? Tukiyita tutya. Tukiyita you can bring a kilogram of sugar from Brazil. Nagula singi bitano. Nguwa Uganda likumeka. These companies are not enjoying, you have it in economics, not a competitive advantage, but we call them what of scale, economies of scale.
Yeah.
Nti kakati galiyo amakampuni ge Brazil kalina new technology gagundira dda. Vietnam kati yesinga okulima emmwanyi waayo. Bube balima emmwanyi zaabwe bazikolanga Abaganda bakolanga olutyatira lwa sementi esaafu twakita eyitamu buyisi bweti ezengedde zeziyeeka bano ne bayoola si kulwana na miti. Kakati once you apply technology, new technology, things become cheaper.
So do you expect to have a final enough for nene?
Era oyo bajja musimagolinga nti Kenya yakoze reserve esinga obunene naye nga mukula akoze ekimeeri kye kyataddeko kabaka. Where are they going to get this crude oil? Not theirs. Kati over smugglers. You will find that our oil prices will be higher. Ate abantu bayombe. Bati babayino chuleti nzi.
Amafuta tusubira kuwandigana kagenda kubaga yongera weyo.
Investment impia. We are new producers. We are not like Saudi Arabia who have been in the game for many years. Kana wandika akatabo kangali naimba gamba. Is it nasoka wano nemba gamba ever since President Yoweri Museveni publicly revealed about Uganda's oil potential and planning for its commercial production, we have never had peace again. The oil issue has taken center stage in the country's body politic. What flagabousts me is when the president initially made this disclosure, the opposition dismissed it as a mere politicking and a calculated to votes. When Museveni announced that we had discovered the oil, the opposition dismissed it that Uganda had no oil.
Yeah.
And that Museveni was using it to move voters.
Yali just strategy ya kuba nti na awininga mitima gy'abantu
The same group that is today struggling in inverted commas to safeguard the country's oil resource went as far as claiming that our oil deposits were contaminated by poisonous substance, making it impossible for commercial exploitation. What I've explained earlier. At that time, even the foreign friends in inverted commas, who today want to ensure that the proceeds from the oil wells benefits all Ugandans, did not take interest. The Europeans are going to come, dictate on you. How are you going to use this oil? Are you going to use it to buy arms? Neighboring countries can determine which government is in Uganda. If you give it oil resources, is it going to invade us? Oil is an international issue. That's why oil cases are handled only in Britain, in London. Balimba Museveni one, ne bekolera ekisango kyabwe, ne bagenda ebungereza, ne babba ne beesasula. Handshake. And I told that woman, oye yali mu revenue authority, ne mugamba nti one day you will go to Karamoja and rear cows and stay in Manyara, in Manyata, instead of these high place post houses. Alirudda. Namugamba omukazi ono, where do you find Uganda Revenue Authority clearing government bills? Sente bazijja mu revenue ekolekite. One day kati alirudda. Olumala okukozesa basula ku jirikiti embwa yaabwe neewuja ne badduka. The moment you learn about these people, the mafia gangs, mujja kubeera nganzi. I started this group because I worked closely with them for 14 years. Gwina kubanga okozesebwa boni bayitawo tebalabikako. You are either hunting a dog for them or a slave and master. Era bo bamanyi tikakati abaana badda mu ssomero weewumbeko ogenda osabeyo. Somebody said the rich Mirundi is a nuclear bomb. You have also tested the poor Mirundi. If you think I'm poor, kubira nenkuwa ne kobugo embo babonna nembo malawo ejogo lyonna nendo nemba kamulanga ebyenda byembuzi kale tugende mu Uganda. There were also attempts to create diplomatic tension between Uganda and the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. The DRC raised territorial claims intended to delay or sabotage the oil exploitation process. Some of our foreign friends, inverted commas, suggested that Uganda oil could not be exploited without a formal joint venture with the DRC. The president, as usual, remained focused and through diplomacy defeated baleta ekisajja ekigamba president amafuta olaba bamaze omugamba nti gali Congo nekimugamba nti sobola okukyusa ensalo ya Uganda naga amafuta negabiranga gali mu Uganda yagamba omusajja namugamba nti yuwe genda nomusuma waabwe nabagamba Geographical Society yaliwo dda byaggwa ate nakyusanga Colombia bakirese sebo kiri awo kitudde agabbi galiwa Museveni alabye abasuma nakola mu state abasuma nayo obusuma obujo plus obujozi yikoze downfall where you have once you eliminate the banyambi bwemukyefuyira mukiwunyira kakati bamwekka kubanga abanyampi twagenda mwatugoba ne tugenda kati bwe mukyenyampira mukyewunye mwe mukinuusa mwekka. This is the crisis in the government. The banyampi left would be blamed for certain things. Kakati nkugamba many commentators have advanced arguments, some of which are childish and laughable. They say oil wells is a curse and that this is what is haunting our young oil sector today. My submission is that the view is unscientific and therefore false. What do they mean by oil curse?
But he also said akatabo kagamba the oil curse.
Oil curse.
Yes.
I said, is it a curse or a myth? Once you any item, let us ask, if you get a salary loan and you misuse it, what waga sajagayai, platinum gabbi. Nango nkubira simu mujagala salary loan. Me, I have been telling these thieves and they operate inside this company, this telephone company. I'm richer than your bank, my friend. Never ring me again. To stop with them with the police, those who call them platinum Musmani what? I had to shout obscenities about their mothers. We exchanged the obscenities with the Ekuruk. And since then, you have never rang me to look for a salary loan. Me.
Where salary atengo jiji?
Which salary?
Which salary?
Katikali imbagagera mugundi kaba kubira amasimu. Ate wali waga sajjera nago gali omumunda. Bakubesimu ne kagamba mwe namba zikyusiddwa. Busente bwo bonna buli ku simu. Ng'ojimpa nga mpereza virus. Ba nga nkuttirawo. Ng'obubbi mbumalawo.
Kale tugende.
It is true that in many African countries where oil has been discovered, it has caused trouble and generated excitement which has attracted foreign intervention. But this cannot be described as a curse or a pest, for it would affect whoever has it. Like now COVID. COVID has affected all of us.
Yes,
so if a resource that is scattered in different countries, Britain has been exploiting oil in the North Sea. In fact, at one time, Britain and Germany almost went to war over Uganda.
Britain and Germany.
Karl Peters had put the Uganda under Germany rule.
Yeah.
When you go to Berlin, all the countries that were once under Germany rule have streets. There is a Uganda street in Berlin. Yes.
Okay.
Kagati, to avoid the war, they swapped. Britain surrendered the Heligoland Island. Full of oil. It tells you how important Uganda was to Britain. Was.
Yawaya mafuta kiziga kinamba kika mafuta. Nengamba Germany twale ekyo.
Heligoland agreement.
Nze ndekera Uganda.
For avoiding going to war over Uganda.
Uganda gatuli bamaanyi. Tumanyi ekitibwa kya
Nabagamba, when you say beautiful woman with the Wallach's brains, with a still head, her private parts suffer.
A beautiful woman. Oba nga temuli. Omuwala kalaala. Naye amagezi takola ki?
Tayina.
Ebitundu bye kyambe bibonaabona.
Bibakuba. When you have a country they don't value it, what happens?
Banansi bakola ki?
Exploit it. Yes. You must know that I'm like
but who is to blame?
Political science tukugamba know yourself.
Who is to blame?
Know yourself so that nobody can humiliate you. Know yourself, know your commercial and political value.
But who is to blame?
An ambassador no. But you work as a minister no. Manyiba minister bananyinisi babba musente baki tutubavu naye baketutu yajjo kwatibwa nga baba buzibaza million yabina ze baba taina na muti wabo. I cannot be a minister. I cannot be an ambassador. I cannot be in the president's office. I can work independently.
Okay.
Yes. Tukiita commercial value. Know your commercial and political value. If you don't know yourself, then they will humiliate you. Bakujja wano nga bafuuka furniture nga bakijja mu kisenge nga bakijje tugwe housewife bakujje mu matrimonial bed bakutadde mu ddiiro iwe visitor kati bakujje bakutadde mu boys quarter iwe shamba man kakati bakujjeyo bakutadde mu kiyungu kati oli matooke kati ate bajja kujjayo bakutwale mu toilet ojja kufuuka toilet paper. Fight here. Don't move me from here. I go home. In a political and commercial value. You first know yourself. Uganda doesn't know itself.
We know.
What determines a country's influence in the international arena, its geographical position, its population, foreign policy, the type of leaders, and the body politic.
How nyini type of leaders, foreign policy, body politic. Who is to blame for that?
Natural resources. Ani
gutunyinya obandi gonga Uganda to exploit it.
Constitution ya mulimu objectives ezeggwanga. Do you know them? America must be in the driving seat. America kuliko dola yawe kuliko pyramid yaba Misiri. Why? Every American president must put a layer ku pyramid ye yetali yabo. Yes. Kakati nkugamba nti another pertinent issue nkugamba this to me is paramount. Why hasn't it caused trouble in Norway? Norway is one of the largest producers of oil and bagagga and other developed systems. Therefore, the inclusion of Norway is enough to invalidate the argument of oil wells being a curse. Another pertinent issue to address is the sincerity of our foreign friends in inverted commas about equal distribution of oil proceeds among Ugandans. We may have to first to examine their conduct in relation to other products of exporting value since the colonial period. Did we, as Africans, for example, get a fair share in the cotton and coffee trade equitably? If we did not benefit from can they now dictate on us on which areas of priority we should use the oil resource? This is a problem in Africa. They dictate to you, I am waiting for the bank. How are you going to use the oil resource? Cotton growing was introduced to Africa as a result of the Minority Doctrine, under which the younger United States of America dislodged the European colony masters from Latin America. Manoli yabagobayo. Manoli yagoba of America. Yagoba European countries, France, Spain, and Latin America is for exploitation. Whoever has read the rise of America as a superpower, you know this very well. So the Europeans decide where, because they did not have where to take a slave, they decided to okugulawo farm yago ndio yagama ndiyagala nkole farm. So they kept us in our colonies as slaves. What has changed? They had reduced the cost of taking us. Era twaddawa
ndibakozesera kyekimu
ate ne bakiyimbira
kitwandikoze eri twakikolera wane.
Full stop to slave trade. Sawi River Force. The British Parliament passed this motion 3 days before, a few days before Wilberforce died. The man who had been championing Washington kept slaves in the White House. Maybe bw'oba tubasoma political economy obisobola. Kakati nkugamba.
Oba tobisobola.
Nti amafuta
natumba omesokoza amafuta.
Kamba malizi.
Okay.
Nabaga nti stand ya Museveni etuleetera ekizibu ku mafuta. Why? They don't want an African country to have a refinery. You will wake up as a sleeping dogs. And the president, when he went to Nigeria to address, when I take it, Museveni, a city changed from $1. By the time Museveni started talking, it has rose to $1,000. So kulira Museveni.
Okubira president ayogera.
Yes.
President Museveni.
Yes.
Ngulina okugula akatebe.
Anti nga bana batudde ku bakeerawo.
$1,000.
Lwatuka ku $1,000 nga buli omu ekifa kiwamu nnyo. By the time the rich people came, ng'entebe bazituddeko nga bagula bano abaliko.
One in Uganda, it is vice versa.
The importance of because we are using the Chadian example. Mu Chad, baina refinery. But Gaddafi couldn't allow Chad to have peace. Baina border Jabalwani Anzu, what we call phosphate nyingi. So it is the interest of the neighboring countries to ensure that the Chad is not stable.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What the Americans did in Afghanistan is what the French have done in Mali. They have left. Tukugambye tesa ne banno oganya. Fetufe. Embali batidde abafalansa abawere 10 yesu. Bamujahidini bote batya kufa. And machines, they have sophisticated machines, cannot work in the sun. Foreign region wars, the invisibility of the French foreign region wars have been decisively defeated, exposed in Mali, like in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Kati ekyo kitegeeza train. Mubaga atesa n'ogaana.
Mubaga utesa n'ogaana. Shidda kuba kale.
Bayinza ku aminga bali.
kazabike
because this French men banyabwe baganye ne Soviet Union bwekyali abakazi badda ku nnyanja batandika okukabira abaana baabwe abajasi emitwalo 15 Soviet Union yatwala mu Afghanistan baddiranga mu baasi eyali president wa Afghanistan Najibullah baali tebamubuulidde nti bagenda yali adduka bamukwatira ku airport banene bamugaa nti gundi tojja kudduka
tukyakwetaaga
yaddukira mu Russian embassy bumujahidini ne bumujjamu abatalibani lwaki
gwodduka
naye buno obulenzi tebujja kudduka bwakubira wano bajja kububetintira nentozawonekogira entoweko nebuliokanakazungu akati nekajoga buli muntu waliwo wano abajoza ensi bagikubye ne bagiteeka ku ttaka paka lwe balumba kakati nkugamba nti we have been made the confusion in Uganda's oil. We have been made to believe that oil is an important commodity, forgetting that it is an exhaustible resource. And many countries have it or have had it but have remained poor. This is because such countries did not make proper plans and easily yielded to foreign pressure. Esigene mu Central Africa. All countries in Central Africa had oil. They were taken by Petrofina, the French company. The government having oil that it is
Tamale Munaganda badde asanyuka agamba tufunye mafuta katufune ku buweerero awo agenda kufuna emirimu nafu tufune ka sente
muganda ng'agenda kunjingira nkubira n'essimu si Katumba amuyita ndi musajja munyolo si Kabakumba sajja yani somebody should ring me the former permanent secretary bamwenda gwe bajjamu ne baleeta omuvubuka
bakakuweereze mu message okafune
gundi bamujja mu Victoria University bamuleeta ne bamugamba omuntu nagenda ewuwe nga naye akaawa bamuwa advisor n'abugwana ne mukwata mu ngalo oli omusijja n'oli omusijja n'oli omusijja owa advisor tugendayo n'oli omusijja yes nemugaa tugendayo n'oli omusijja kakati singa fututula ne bakusaasira gwe kusaasira omukazi kadulubaala aludde mu maka ayita bwereere ebyapa bidudde ku gomesi ye gwe ng'osaba olugoye olupya oli mugwagwa
omukadde
gweolina obutaasa bubiri nti ono ayina kamu gw'osanzeewo
omukadde aka ali bubi talina olugoye talina wadde kadde empya ogamba kugulire
omukwano gange ayinza okuba nga mbuulira musajja ani
nga tukyagenda mu maaso
kakati gwe kusaasira walisoose kutunula